Today I'm going to be redoing the MK23 upgrade video. Now, for me personally, this is the most performance you can get out of an MK23. All the parts work well together. Lots of people have tested this, myself, Kicking Mustang, loads of the Sniper Ops players. This is really the peak of performance that you're going to get out of this gun. So I've got a Tokyo Maru here, which is my personal one, brand new. I haven't done anything with it yet, bar the mods that you need to do to get these bits to fit. So the bits that I've gone for and that I highly recommend are a couple of Maple Leaf parts, which is the Maple Leaf 150mm Crazy Jet barrel, and for the bucking I've gone for the Autobot bucking. And the key parts that really make this system work well is the Hadron Airsoft design parts, which is the TDC cover alongside the H-plate, which is this little piece. Now, you need to do a few little modifications to the gun to get them to fit, but they are well worth it. So first things first, you want to get your front slide off, which can be done by sliding the top slide back so that the cutout lines up with this little notch, and you basically want to push the pin out from the other side, and then once you've done that you can wiggle it free. On some pistols it's a lot smoother and easier to get out than on others. Usually the clone pistols are a bit tougher. Once you've got that out, you can slide that forward and push it forward and up, and you can put the lower half to one side for the moment because we're not going to need it. And this is the top slide where you're going to be doing the bulk of your work. So you want to slide out the outer barrel assembly, and then this is pretty much the entire assembly, which is what you need to strip down to get the parts in. So first things first, you want to take off this top cover, which is just clamped on, pressure fit on, sorry, so you can take that off. And then there is 3 screws that need to be removed, which is here, here, and here. Sorry, here, here, and here. On the clone pistols, like the ASG and the STTDI, they have a pin instead of a screw. So let's go ahead and get these out. And always remember, with these screws, when you're tightening them back up, they don't need to be stupidly tight. This is a plastic housing, and the QC isn't the best on these, so you can very easily strip the screws or strip the threads. Once you've got them all loose, you can slide off this outer barrel assembly, like so. And there's a modification we need to do to this, so keep that handy. And then this piece can get split in half, and your hop arm might fall out. And then you can see the small spring for the cover, keep that to the side. And then you've got your inner barrel and bucking, which standard TM ones are very good anyway. And then you'll have your hop wheel as well, which you can take out. So the first modification you're going to need to do is on the stock chamber here, there is a small notch that lines up with the cutout on the stock inner barrel, which is there. The Maple Leaf barrel doesn't have that cutout, or rather it does, but it's further forward. So because of that, what you need to do is gently just file or sand this little nub down on either side of the chamber, which I've already done on mine. And once you've done that, you can go ahead, pop the bucking on the barrel and install that into the chamber. And there's a little nub on the side of the bucking which fits in the cutout here, so you want to make sure it fits in there, and also have a look down with and just make sure that that is lining up straight, because you have now lost that alignment nub. And then you want to be putting in the H key, which goes alongside the hop arm. And this can be a bit fiddly. So this is the H key, and it's got a slightly larger bit one end and a slightly thinner bit the other, and it's also got a concave shape. So the concave bit faces up towards the hop arm, and the narrow end faces towards the muzzle. So what you want to do is rest that on top of the bucking, like so. And the fiddly bit is getting the hop arm on and to stay on. Once you've got it, gently lay it back down, and then you can put the other half of the chamber back on. Now there's a channel that the hop arm sits in, so you have to be gentle to get it to line up properly. And then once it's in, and once everything's back together, like so, you can tighten up the first 2 screws in the chamber. See, with this, some people leave the hop wheel in and the small spring in that we took out earlier. Other people take them out. I've taken them out and I've had no negative issues. The reason being the TDC is fixed, so it keeps pressure on it anyway. So with that piece done, you can now go on and install the TDC cover itself. And there's a cutout here. That goes to the front, and this will just clip in where the other cover originally was. Like so. Now the last piece, and the last modification, sorry, is on the outer barrel. Because of the maple leaf barrel being longer than the stock barrel, it sticks out slightly. So what you need to do is widen this hole, which needs to be just over 8.5 millimeters. Now I personally just use an 8mm drill bit to go through once, and then I use a small file just to widen it out a bit. Just because I found when you're trying to put a big drill bit in, it wants to pinch, and this tends to want to swing around unless you're using a vise. So for me, 8mm drill bit and a file is the easiest way. And then you should be able to check that an inner barrel fits in there. And if it does, you can go ahead and slide it back on. Put the screw back in. And as you can see, the maple leaf barrel is poking out at the end there. The hop up is in a good position, and to adjust that now, rather than taking the pistol apart, use a small Allen key to adjust it here. And that can all go back in. And that is it. With these upgrades, you can expect 70 to 80 odd meters with this if you're using 4.5s and you're using the same setup here. So I said this is a Tokyo Marui, and I use standard green gas in this, which with the slightly longer in the barrel keeps this between 330 to 350 FPS if you've gone for the 150mm length barrel. Silencer wise, the stock TM one is absolutely brilliant. When you get it, they come with these foam baffles. Now what you can do is cut bits out of this, small V shapes, all the way along, pop them back in, and that helps just increase the surface area that the gas can get absorbed by. But Hadron Airsoft Designs also does, which a lot of us use at Sniper Ops just because of the size of it, is their RD80 suppressor. Now when you get this, I've already put mine together, but when you get it, it will be in a couple of pieces, if I can even get mine apart now. Just pop the end cap. So when you get yours, you're going to get the outer casing and you're going to get the baffle. Now this fits in one way, which is with the flat edge going down, and there's a lip inside here so that it will self-center and you'll know when it's in. So once that's in, it self-centers and you can just pop this on. You can put a tiny bit of glue around here, not too much because you may want to get in here later, and then just fix that cap on. And that just screws in the end. It's got the same thread as the standard suppressor, so no adapters needed. And the first time you put it on, it will be a bit stiff because of the threads. And make sure everything's all lined up, and there you have it. As I said, these have some insanely long range on them for a 1 joule gun. Loads of people have tested these. We use them in the sniper ops. Kicking Mustang and Smithy Sniper did a range test, and with 0.5s at 1 joule, we're able to float these out to 90 meters relatively consistently, which for a pistol is absolutely incredible. Hence why I say this is personally the best upgrades that you can put in an MK23. And Hadron Airsoft Designs have done some incredible work to get these parts working well. Well, that's it, guys. Any questions, as always, you can send me a message on Facebook or through YouTube or on Instagram. I'll always get back to you. I've actually got a load of these Hadron Airsoft parts in stock, so if anyone's interested, send me a message. Otherwise, remember to like, subscribe and share, and I'll get out some more videos soon. Thanks, guys.